Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. Today I wanted to come and show you how I do my full rice paper. Um, as you can see, this one is the white part that we peel off the napkin, so I don't throw that away. I used to use it to mop up whatever I was doing in on my current project, but I love the effect. This one is my favorite. Oh my gosh, this one came out so pretty. Super pretty. Here's another one of my favorites. These are one of the first napkins I purchased at Dollar Tree. Really pretty. You can see. Alright, that's the back. Great to add into your journals. Here's the one with sewing pattern. And you know how delicate this is. Alright, that's the back. Here's another one I made. This is another Dollar Tree napkin. I have a lot of these. I'm trying to use these up. Here's a Christmas one that I was given. This is when I was first testing. Here's the other half of it. Here is this felt like a textured kind of napkin. It was a little weird. I don't think I separated this one. I think I left it. I didn't like this one too much because you can see, you know, if I have glue piled up, it showed in the back, but I can always use the front for something. Here's a black one that I made. Again, loved it on the front. Right? Not a fan of what it looks like on the back. It's just way too shiny for me. But I was playing. So anyway, let me show you how I do them. You're going to need a bowl. You're going to need some water. So I have some water here off to the side. Just plain old Elmer's glue. You can use Mod Podge. I use plain old glue. And a brush. Okay. I pulled out some pattern papers here, some sewing patterns, and all I do is open it up because it's folded in three, fold it in half, fold it again, and then cut it down to size, because this will be good to fit into a journal, and then I can use the offcuts on smaller embellishments. So I just took a fresh sheet, and this is the sewing pattern that I took, classic sewing. And we're only going to need one. So this now I will do off camera since I have all the stuff out, and keep it, you know, in my stash, so I have them ready. And then I took a white napkin and I stamped on it, and I used one of my Temu stamps, and I didn't do this before, but you can do it. It's this one right here. You can see that. It's that one right there. And I paid $1.67 for this at that time that I purchased it. Just to take a white piece of paper and now give it some interest. I've also taken this and ink splattered and used my DIY alcohol sprays to give it color, to match my project. So the possibilities on the white ones are endless. You can tailor make that to whatever you choose. And then underneath here is a garbage bag that I cut the seams off. You're gonna need that because this project needs to sit and dry. I usually leave mine overnight and come back the next day. So this is to protect your surface. This is nothing new, guys, nothing new, but it is a lot of fun. Let's see if the piece of plastic I have is big enough for this piece. No. Let's grab a bigger one. I have them in all sizes. Once it's done, I usually wipe these down with a baby wipe. I don't think any of these pieces are big enough. All right, we're gonna make it work. We're cutting it really close. Okay. I don't know if you can see everything, but I did raise the camera up. I'm gonna try to at least get most of it in frame. All right, so the ratio is usually 2/3 glue and 1/3 water. You can add, you can tint your water if you want to use coffee or tea. You can do that. You can also put in alcohol inks as well. And let's just add some water. And then we're going to mix it up. You can do this a variety of different ways. Sometimes I end up putting way too much water and I have to put a little bit more glue. But as you can see, you're making a mix. So when you go to do this, have a few projects, you know, few tries in mind. Try a few different things. So I am going to probably off camera create another one of the white napkins, stamp it, and then dye it in like add some brown alcohol ink into it, or maybe a metallic shimmer. Okay, I just want to make sure this is all diluted. Okay, all mixed, I should say. I don't want any. Okay, I think we're good. So the important thing is you do have to add a base. And I know this is almost coming to the edge, so I'm going to make sure I get all the way to the edge. And you want to go fast. And I think this is too diluted. You see how that's breaking up? That means there's too much water. So we're going to add some more glue. That means there's too much water because the glue is not sticking and it's just separating, it's pooling. So let's see if this is going to be enough. This is better. Okay. This is a little better. I might have to add a little bit more glue. You have to work with the, you know, you have to play with your mixture. I don't measure anything, which is probably what I should be doing, but I don't have any measuring cups in my craft space to be able to do that. So I'm gonna keep covering this up. Maybe I should add more glue. And this is the real process, guys. I don't have an exact formula for you, I should say. Maybe when I do the other variations, I will, but for now, this is what I have. Let's see if this works. This is a new plastic bag. This is usually not the bag that I use. Okay. Much better. Much better. See? Can you tell the difference? Okay, so we're going to go fast. I have my air on and I don't want it to dry on me before I lay my paper down. Sorry about the reach. Have to hold it down. Now I usually do half first and then I come back and do the other half, because as you can see I don't really have a lot of workspace. So we're gonna stop there. I'm gonna grab my tissue paper. Is it gonna go this way? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it up. Just like that, so I can grab it and position it. And then we're just going to tap it down. I'm going to let that sit there and rest a minute. And then I'm gonna come get the rest of it ready. Spread out that glue. If you like fun, messy projects, this would be the right one for you. So we're gonna come down. I'm gonna come down. Let me scooch you up. And I'm gonna get the last of it done on the bottom. Okay. And I wanna make sure that I'm under the edges because I don't want it to stick. Okay. And then this is the last of it. So I'm gonna lay that down. I'm gonna tap it. I like wrinkles. I think it adds character and texture to it. I want to make sure I'm under here. So I'm going to flip this around. Right? Make sure my corners are down. Yep. My edges. And if I am missing any glue underneath, this is where I'm going to come in and kind of make sure that it's not going to stick to my plastic. So I can lay that down now. Okay, let me do this side. Make sure there is, yeah. Okay. Now we're also going to do a top layer. And what we're doing is we're sealing the sewing pattern underneath the two layers of glue, the top coat and the lower and the bottom coat. You want to go gently. You don't want to be too rough, especially if you're going to do this with napkins. Napkins, you know, when they're saturated, they can break, they tear, they snag. So you want to make sure that you're going gently. I want to make sure this is straight, flat. I'm going to tap all that down so I can get the creases. Okay. This is so relaxing to do. You can sit here, watch your favorite YouTuber, and just mass make these and lay them off to the side. If you have a craft room, that's a blessing. You can lay them on your floor. I tend to put them on a pop-up table that I have in the spare bedroom and then lay them out to dry. They're in no one's way. And I really like mine to be saturated. Okay. Take your time with it. There's a few other different techniques that I want to try that seem really fun, and then some other ideas that I have of my own that would make for some interesting additions in my journals. So I'm eager to try that. Almost done, guys. This is the you're gonna watch me lay down glue. I don't like doing these in smaller than what I would be able to include in my journal, just to have that option. But my crafting time sometimes is very limited with work, the season, that kind of stuff. And if I'm gonna take the time to do this, I'd rather have a big sheet of paper and then cut it down if I need it, or a few different options. All right, so this is the most important part, is you want to curl in your edges. And when I say curl in, all we're doing, see if I can get it started down here closer to me. Yeah, all we're doing is scooching in the edge of the paper. So we're kind of like curling it. We're creating like a little seam. And this just makes it easier for you to remove it from the paper, from the plastic. Once I get this side done, I'll show you what it looks like. And this is one of those things I gotta bring closer to me. And it also gives it a nice curl effect. However, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna end up cutting it off if you're gonna include it in the journal, especially if you're doing it anything like this size. You can curl them in on top of each other. I like inconsistency. Sometimes it just makes it more interesting. But this is what I mean by scooching it up. Let's see. See that? We're kind of creating an edge. And we're going to do that all around. So I'll probably end up pausing you here or speeding it up. All right, so it is all scooched in. This is what the edges look like, all bent in. I'm gonna put this off aside to dry, and I'll come back with probably on my community page and show you the results, or a separate video. So I'm gonna grab another one, and we're gonna do this one fairly quickly. I'll probably speed it up, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so you probably saw that I did tear it. The more saturated you make it and you keep messing with it, excuse me, the more delicate it becomes. So all I did was apply a lot of glue and then just try to stretch out that paper. And what will happen if I did it well enough, it'll look something similar to this. Let's see if I can find an example, because it is not the first time I've done it. I'm sorry if I shook the camera. Let's see if I can find one for you. I gotta hold these up to the light so I can see the imperfection. No, is it this one? Well, this one is very, very small. But what it does is add a layer of glue behind it. Let's see if I find another example, because this is not the first time I've done that. I might have cut it up and used it in pieces. Let's see, this one, my favorite that I've been hanging on to. No. Anywho, I'll share my results after. I'm curious to see how this one turns out with the stamping. And take a look at my community tab and see. Look, see, I have another little hole right there. I'll come back and share my results. Okay, so we are back. It is dry. Just want to make sure I peeled up just the corner just to make sure that it was dry. But I'm going to show you how, see these edges that we did? This is how we're going to peel it up. You're going to go nice and slow. Okay, very slow. Look, I even took some of the bag. I don't know where that. Oh, that black paper is the pattern. I'm here thinking it's the paper bag. So we're just gonna peel it up nice and slow, and you see how it starts to come up. Okay, there's no rush. All right, you can even peel the bag off from the back, which makes it easier. Okay. Just make sure to be mindful of your edges and just go slow. Take your time. Okay? I'm telling you to go slow, and I'm here going fast. Okay. Save the bag for another project. You're going to want to do this again. But here is our result. Very translucent. I saturated this really, really well and even. Love that crinkly feel. Look at that. Ready for our projects. Isn't that great? Now let's see this one. This is the one that I tore a piece. So let's see. And I also stamped this one. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come from the bottom. And let's see if we can find the hole that I tried to repair. All right, saving that for a future project. Oh, there it is. There's the hole. See that? The glue kind of gave it a layer and attached everything. But look at that with the printing. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. I love this. Definitely gonna go back and make some more. Now make sure you see how here you can still see some of the fibers. See how they came up? You have to make sure that everything is really, really saturated. So I may not put this in a journal, but I definitely can cut this for future projects because I don't like that. You can actually feel, see, feel the napkin? So you want to make sure everything is saturated. Here's another spot that I didn't get to. You want to get it as even as possible. Look at that. Love, love, love it. All right, my friends, let me know if you try it. Let me know how you use them in your projects. I'm pretty sure this is nothing new, but I figured I'll share how I do it and some of the variations that I have been experimenting with. So I'll probably come back in another video and show you some of the ways that I use this in my journals and my projects. I will let me know if that's something that you would want to see. All right, till the next one. These are my least favorites, so I gotta find a use for those. I don't like that shine. All right, my friends. till the next one. Take care now. Bye.